Hello, everybody. Today we are going to talk about structure by Gustavo Andrés Ruano, Hoyos, Cristian Roberto Pantoja Montero, Sara María Cruz Yandar, Eduardo Reina Narváez, and me, Valeria Rincones Arellano. Introduction. We study the equilibrium of a single rigid body or a system of connecting members treated as a single rigid body. An engineering structure is any connecting system of members constructed to support or transfer forces and to fully support the loads applied to it. This analysis requires a careful application of Newton's third law, which stated that every action is accompanied by an equal or opposite direction. In this treatment, we only consider statically determined structures, which have no support constraint other than those necessary to maintain an equilibrium configurations. The basic procedure developed in the previous aims to insulate a body by constructing a correct free body diagram is essential for the analysis of statically determinate structures.
Plankton, a formula composed of members joined at three ends to form on the writing structures is called a truss bridge. Bridges support clamps and other structures of this type are common examples of truss. The structural members that are used exclusively are beams. Simple truss. The basic element of a flat truss is the triangle. In the other hand, four more are joined in beams to form a polygon with some main sides constituted on one right frame. Every outline connecting a structure pointing from a positive triangle. In the manner described are now a simple truss. A two-fold member is one in equilibrium under the action in the only two forces. The members can be tension or compression. If it is not, we must account for the small effect of weight. We can replace the weight W of the member B2 force H W or if the member is union force with a force acting at each and two member through connection and support. This connection is foiled in most of the reinforcement. In bridge truss, the platform is usually place of cross ramp for later truss, a roller, rocker, and or some type of sleeve joint is used.
It consists of analyzing the equilibrium conditions in a truss using two independent equilibrium equations. The first one says that the sum of forces in weight is equal to 0, and the second one that the sum of forces in x is also equal to 0. With this clear, the analysis begins in any joint where there is at least one known load and where no more than two unknown forces are present, taking into account that tension forces such as AB will always be indicated with an arrow bet on the pin, and compression forces such as AF will always be indicated by an arrow towards the pin. This process is carried out with the rest of the joint. Sometimes we cannot assign the correct direction of one or both of the unknown forces acting on a given pin. If so, we can do arbitrary assignment, and if the calculated force value is negative, it indicates that the assumed direction is wrong.
Internal and external redundancy. If a plan truth has more external support than necessary to ensure stable equilibrium configuration, the truth in its group in scale indeterminate and the extra supports from an external redundancy. If a truth has more internal resource than necessary to bait collects once the truth separates from in the supports the extra resource from an internal redundancy and the truth is again slightly immediate. For an externally slightly definite truth, there is a determinate interaction between the number of these members and the number of these elements joined for internal equality without redundancy. A simple plan truth formed by a triangle and adding two new members to locate each new joint with respect to the existing structure. Special condition. We often incur several special conditions in truth analysis. We see from a force zoom in the direction that the force, if three in the third numbers should be zero, and from the x direction that if 1 is 2. This correlation is valid regardless of the angle and also of the collinear member remain in the tension with the angles involved are not easy to find, then a simulation solution of the equation using a set of reference directions for both unknown might be preferred.
Hello, everybody. Today we are going to talk about structure.